Hello friends, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Rasayan Setu. So friends, in this video, we are going to discuss previous year questions of coordination chemistry which was asked in GATE 2020 and 2021 papers. Okay, so let's start. Now see friends, this is your first question and it was asked in your GATE 2020 exam. Okay, so this is your first question which was asked in GATE 2020. Okay, this question coming in GATE 2020 exam. Okay, and see, it says in the electronic absorption spectrum of an aqueous solution of this complex, a very weak band is observed between the bands due to the transition from 3A2G to 3T2G and from 3A2G to 3T1GF. The transition responsible for the very weak band is where atomic number of nickel is 28 and we have four options. Okay, so let's do the solution of this question, friends. Now see friends, in this question we have a complex of nickel metal atom, that is NiH2O, sorry, not H2O, the complex is NiNH3 whole 6 2 plus. Okay, this complex is given in your question. So in this complex we clearly see that nickel central metal atom present in 2 plus oxidation state. Okay, and when we talk about the 2 plus oxidation state of nickel, that means the electronic configuration of this oxidation state is 3d8. Okay, that means the electronic configuration of nickel 2 plus is 3d8. Okay, now first of all we know very well that we have a splitting patterns of different electronic configuration which will be shown by Orgel diagrams. Okay, so we have a different Orgel diagrams for different electronic configuration in your coordination chemistry. So Orgel diagram for 3d8 electronic configuration will be shown by this. See, this is the Orgel diagram for 3d8 electronic configuration. Okay, in for 3d8 configuration the ground term will be 3f and first excited term will be 3p. Okay, we have two terms for 3d8 electronic configuration in Orgel diagrams. The ground term will be 3f and excited is 3p, and we know very well that ground term will be split into three terms. Okay, this ground term will split into these three terms. The first one is 3T1G, next one is 3T2G, and this one is 3A2G. Okay, and the related term to 3P is 3T1GP. Okay, so this is a Orgel diagram for 3d8 electronic configuration, or we can say this is a splitting pattern for 3d8 electronic configuration. Okay, now according to this splitting pattern we have observed a very we are observe a bands or electronic transition from lower energy level to higher energy level. Okay, and you know very well that for electronic transition the first selection rule is that all possible transitions are spin allowed transition. Okay, so in this 3d8 splitting pattern we have three transitions which are spin allowed transition. Okay, the first transition is for 3A2G to 3T2G. Okay, this transition are also spin allowed transition. The next transitions are from 3A2G to 3T1G. Okay, and the next transitions are 3A2G to 3T1G. So we observe a three bands for a 3d8 system. Okay, the first band is from 3A2G to 3T2G. Next one is 3A2G to 3T1G, and next one is 3A2G to 3T1G. This T1G related to your F term and this T1G is related to your P term. Okay, we observe a three spin allowed, they are spin allowed transitions. Okay, now see in the question, friends, they will ask about they will ask you about a very weak band observed between the bands. A very weak band observed between the bands, that is from 3a to g to 3t to g, and uh, from 3a to g to 3t1g. According to your question, these three transition are observed. Okay, because these are spin allowed transition, but we also observe a very weak transition or very weak band in between these two transitions. Okay, so you must find that those transition which is responsible for this very weak band. Okay, these transition are transition are observed in between these two transition, and what is this transition, or what is transition responsible for this very weak band, you must find this according to your question. Okay, now you carefully observe the given options in your question, friend. When you carefully observe these options, you clearly see that all four options containing a spin forbidden transitions. All four options are containing spin forbidden transitions. Okay, but according to your transition selection spin selection rule, uh, only those DD transitions are possible which are spin allowed, or spin cannot be changed. Okay, but in this question, all option containing a spin forbidden transition, that means there is a possibility of showing there is a possibility of spin forbidden transition also possible in the DD transition of this compound. Understand? Okay, now friends, uh, uh, first of all, the this compound show these all transition, they are spin allowed transition, but this 3D compound also shows two other transitions. Okay, this D8 system sometimes show two spin forbidden transitions also. Okay, so here I write that for D8 system, for D8 system, sometimes two spin forbidden transitions, two spin forbidden transitions are also observed. That is, first spin forbidden transitions is from 3a to g f to 1eg d, and next one is 3a to g f from 1t to g d. Okay, so in 3D8 system, we have five type of transitions. We observe five type of transition, out of which three transitions are spin allowed transition, and two transitions are spin forbidden transitions. Okay, now you see that option number uh, B and C containing both transitions. Okay, in option number B we have this transition, that is 3a to g to 1t to g, and in option number C this transition, that is 3a to g to 1eg. Okay, so that means out of these two transition, one transition is observed in between these two transitions, which you must find according to your question. Okay, so one transition is lie in between these two transition. Now how can we find that what transition is find in between these two spin allowed transition? So this problem can be solved out by your TS diagram, or you can say Tenebris-Sugano diagram. Okay, so this problem can be solved out by Tenebris-Sugano diagram for D8 electronic configuration. I can show you. Okay, now see, this is your Tenebris-Sugano diagram for your D8 electronic configuration. Understand, friends? And here I can draw some arrows. So you carefully observe these arrows. First you observe these two arrows which is shown by yellow color. Okay, these yellow color arrows are transitions which are spin allowed transition. Okay, the first transition is 3 from 3A to G to 3 T to GC, and next yellow arrow from 3A to G to 3T1G. These are spin allowed transitions. Okay, yeah, showing by yellow color. Now we also seen two other arrows. For one arrow is shown by your red color, and one arrow is shown by your green color. So you see that the arrow shown by green color is nothing but your spin forbidden transition shown by D8 electronic configuration. Okay, and you clearly see that the energy of this green transition will be high compared than your yellow transition shown by yellow arrow transitions. Okay, so this so energy of this transition which is shown by your green color arrow is greater than your spin allowed transition. Okay, but in question they will ask you about weak band, weak arrow. So that means the transition shown by your red color arrow, see carefully, the transition shown by your red color arrow is present in between these two spin allowed transition. That means it is a weak band which is observed in between these two spin allowed band. The transition shown by red color, that means this will be your transition from 3A to G to 1EG. Clearly observe, the transition shown from 3A to G to 1EG is shown by your red color, and transition from 3A to G to 1T to G shown by your green color. But the energy of green color is higher than your energy of yellow colors, but energy of red color is less than your energy of yellow color. That means the transition shown by red color arrow is weak. Okay, understand friends? I hope you understand it. Now that means out of these two transition, we clearly see according to a TS diagram that this transition, that is from 3A to G to 1EG, is a weak band, is a weak energy transition or weak band transition. Compare then your spin allowed transition, and this is your strong band transition. Okay, strong band. So this is your weak band and this is your strong, but they both are spin forbidden transitions. Okay, so that means your option number C is the correct answer for this question. Option number C is the correct answer. That is it this weak band shown in between this spin allowed transition for your D8 system. Understand friends? Okay, so this is again a very important concept friends. Remember this concept. In D8 system generally we see a 3 spin allowed transition, but we also sometimes we also observe a 2 spin forbidden transitions also. Understand friends? And it can be solved by your Tanabe-Sugano diagrams. Okay, so friends, this is the only question which was asked in your GATE 2020 exam. Now our next questions are asked in GATE 2021 exam. Okay, so the next questions are asked in GATE 2021 exams. Okay, now see, this is your first question from GATE 2021, and it says the rate of the substitution reaction of this complex with OH negative ion to give this complex, and you must choose the correct option out of these four options. Okay, so the rate depends on concentration of both OH negative and this complex, depends on concentration of only substrate, is directly proportional to the concentration of OH negative only, or is inversely proportional to the concentration of OH negative. Understand friends? Okay, so let's do the solution of this question. So in this question we have a reaction in between a complex of cobalt with CN5 and Cl3 negative with OH negative ion. So this is a substrate, this is a taking species, and we have product COCN whole 5 OH 3 negative plus Cl. So friends, this reaction is nothing but a simple example of your substitution reaction. So here substitution is done by OH minus. So substitution is done by OH minus of Cl minus ion, and this product obtained. So this is a substrate and this is a product. Now in coordination chemistry, when any substitution reactions with contain basic species or OH minus species, okay, so that means there is only a possibility of two types of mechanism. So these type of reaction containing OH negative uh, are done by either done by SN1 mechanism or SN1 CB mechanism. Okay, so this reaction either follows SN1 path or SN1 CB path. Now when you carefully observe this reaction, you see that in this reaction the substrate doesn't contain any replaceable hydrogen or acidic hydrogen. Okay, for SN1CB mechanism, it is a strict condition that substrate contain at least one replaceable or acidic hydrogen. Then this reaction follows SN1CB mechanism. But in this reaction, this substrate doesn't contain any single replaceable or acidic hydrogen. That means this reaction doesn't follow SN1CB path. Okay, so in this example, substrate don't have any acidic or you can say replaceable hydrogen. Okay, so it doesn't undergo SN1CB mechanism. That means clearly it follows SN1 path. So it follows SN1 mechanism. Okay, and we know very well that SN1 path follow dissociative mechanism. That means reaction which follows SN1 CB path obeys first order kinetics. Okay, so it means it obeys, this example obeys first order kinetics, and we know very well in chemical kinetics in first order reaction or first order kinetics reaction, the rate of reaction is only depends on the concentration of substrate. Okay, in SN1CB mechanism or first order kinetics, the rate of reaction is only depends on substrate. Rate is directly proportional to concentration of substrate species. Okay, according to your first order kinetics. So that means in this reaction, the rate of the substitution reaction is depends on the concentration of only substrate. So this is your option number B. Okay, means depends on the concentration of the substrate only, because it follows first order kinetics. Understand? Okay, so that means in substitution reactions with OH negative ion, there is a possibility of two paths, either SN1 or SN1CB. When substrate contain any replaceable or acidic hydrogen, that means the reaction proceed through SN1CB path, and when substrate don't have any replaceable or acidic hydrogen, that means the reaction proceed through SN1 path. And in SN1 mechanism, it obeys first order kinetics. That means the rate of reaction is directly depends only on the concentration of substrate. Okay, so this is the answer of this question. I hope you understand it. Now we move towards our next question, and see, it says del O of these complexes follows the order, and we have four options. Okay, so you must find the order of del O for these complexes. Let's do the solution of this question. Okay, so we have three complexes. First complex is Cr S2 whole 6 3 plus. Next one is Cr F6 3 minus, and understood. Okay, so we must find the order of del O for these complexes. So friends, we know there is a direct relationship between the del O of the complex and ligand field strength. And what is the relation? The relation says when we increase a ligand field strength, the value of del O continuously increase. Okay, so on increasing ligand field strength, del O will continuously increase. That means that del O order is directly depend on the ligand field strength. Okay, and in this complexes the order of ligand field strength according to spectrochemical series is Cn is greater than H2O is greater than F. Cn will be greater than H2 and H2 will be greater than F. This is a ligand field strength order. Okay, ligand field strength. Now according to this order, the order of del O for these complexes is highest del O value for the Cn containing complex, okay, then H2O containing complex, then for complex with fluorine ligand. Okay, this is the order of del O for these complexes according to ligand field strength. So it is your option C. Understand? Option C is the correct answer for this question. Okay, now we move towards our next question, and see, it says the spin only magnetic moment of this complex rounded off to one decimal place is in Bohr magneton. So this is a numerical answer type question, friends. You must find the spin only magnetic moment value for this complex. Okay, let's do the solution of this question. So in this question we have a complex of cobalt. So this is a cobalt 2 plus complex, cobalt 2 plus high spin complex, because H2 act as weak field ligand. So cobalt 2 plus high spin complex, electronic configuration of cobalt 2 plus high spin will be 3d7, and 3d7 high spin complex means it has 3 unpaired electron in its electronic configuration. Okay, so we know very well that formula for magnetic moment is under root n plus 2, where n is number of unpaired electron present in complex. Okay, so here the value of n is 3, so the value of magnetic moment will be 3 under root 3 into 3 plus 2, that is under root 3 into 5 15 under root 15, that means 3.99. Bohr magneton. Okay, so it is again very simple question, friends. 3.9 Bohr magneton is the correct answer for this question. Okay, I hope you understand it. Now we move towards our next question, and C it says the correct order of increasing intensity of the UV visible bands for the ions is, and we have four options. So friends, in this question we have four ions and you must find the order of the increasing intensity of the UV visible bands. Okay, so let's do the solution of this question. So we must find the increasing intensity order. Increasing intensity order. Now we know very well that in coordination complexes, uh, color is shown by your coordination complexes, and the reason for showing this color is for two types of transitions present in your coordination compounds. Okay, the first transitions are DD transitions. The transition arises from lower T2G to higher EG orbitals. This is the first type of transition responsible for color. Okay, and the next one is charge transfer spectra. The electronic transition from ligand to metal or metal to ligand. So there is a two types of transition present in your coordination complexes. Okay, so on the basis of this transition, we must find the intensity order for these complexes. Now the first complex which is given in your question is TiH2O whole 6 3 plus. In this complex, titanium is present in 3 plus oxidation state. Okay, and the electronic configuration for this titanium 3 plus is 3d1. That means it has only single electron present in its d orbital. Okay, so and we know very well that from in Orgel diagram, for d1 electronic configuration we only observe a one absorption band. Okay, so it only show one absorption band. In next complex it is Mn H2 whole 6 2 plus. Mn2 plus ion is 3d5 electronic configuration, is with 3d5 electronic configuration. And we also know that for d5 electronic configuration we observe only a one weak absorption band. One weak absorption band. Next one is CrO4 2 minus. In this complex, chromium present in 6 plus oxidation state, and for chromium 6 plus its electronic configuration will be 3d0. That means it has empty d orbitals. In CrO4 2 minus it has empty d orbital, but it has filled ligand orbitals of oxygen atom. So that means in this complex we observe a ligand to metal charge transfer spectra. Ligand to metal charge transfer spectra. So we observe a UV visible band in this complex due to ligand to metal charge transfer spectra, because in this complex chromium has empty d orbitals and oxygen has filled orbitals. Okay. Now in next complex NiCl4 2 minus. In this complex nickel present in 2 plus oxidation state, which is with 3d8 electronic configuration, and we know very well that for d8 electronic configuration we observe three absorption bands. Three absorption bands. and one concept you must remember, that intensity of this ligand to metal charge transfer spectra is higher than intensity of this DD transition. Okay, so and intensity is directly proportional to number of absorption bands shown by your molecule. Okay, so when you compare these four, when you compare the spectra of these four coordination compounds, you clearly see that the highest intensity shown by this complex, because it show ligand to metal charge transfer spectra, and we know very well that intensity of this ligand to metal charge transfer spectra will be higher than this DD transition. Okay, now after that, NiCl4 shown uh, highest intensity, then shown by titanium, and least intensity shown by this compound of manganese, because it has only one weak absorption band. Okay, so your order of the intensity, increasing order of intensity will be, least intensity is for complex of manganese 2 plus, then complex of titanium 3 plus, then complex of nickel, and then highest intensity is for complex of chromium. Understand? Okay, so this is the increasing order of intensity of the UV visible bands. Okay friends, so this is your option B. So option B is the correct answer for this question. Understand? And it is depends on DD transition and charge transfer spectra. अंडरस्टैंड फ्रेंड्स? ओके, सो फ्रेंड्स ये थे आपके कुछ क्वेश्चन जो गेट 2020 एंड 2021 में आपसे कोऑर्डिनेशन केमिस्ट्री टॉपिक से पूछे गए थे. आई होप आपको समझ आए होंगे. फिर भी किसी भी तरह की डिफ़िकल्टी आती है तो कमेंट सेक्शन में आके ज़रूर पूछिए. ओके, सो थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.